My name is John Freudenburg, and I'm a precision ag specialist here at AKRS Equipment. I grew up on a farm west of Madison, and we run mostly John Deere equipment. And I guess that's where I kind of got my start from. And went to school in Lincoln, ag degree, and come back here, found a job closer to home where I was able to do both. I could work here and still farm on the side. So, like right now in season, a lot of customers have their machines already and they're going to start using them. So I go out with them and make sure it's set up, everything's working properly, kind of optimize the machine with the customer, make sure they don't have any questions about the machine, make sure everything's working. Tractor, planter, sprayer, we can set them all up actually now where they all talk to each other too. That way they're sharing information wirelessly, automatically. We don't have to go around and move data anymore. Everything happens seamlessly. So basically all of these machines, the planter, the combine, the tractor, sprayer, they've all got a cell phone essentially built into the cab with them. And we're using cell service to send this data wirelessly back to the ops center, where we have all of our farm and field names, all of our guidance lines, basically all of our information pre-season is stored there. And we can go and send all that information to all the machines so they all match. That way, when we do the task, as it's being applied, it all comes back to the correct spot together. Everything matches up and it collects all of our data seamlessly. That way when we get to fall, it does the same thing with the combine with our yield data. And then after season, we can analyze all that information all in one spot. Never fails in the winter. We have customers that can't find their data. You know, they went and they did the task, they did the work, and now we can't find it. You know, how do we analyze what we did? With using JD Link and the Ops Center, where it all comes back automatically to one spot, it's easy to find. You can pull out your phone and look at it while it's happening or right after you get done with it. That's what's so important about it, is data collection, making sure everything's put where it needs to be. The John Deere Ops Center is where we store all of our data and where we communicate with all of our machines. As I log in here, this is our map page basically, where you can be able to see your equipment list. Here on the left side, these are a couple unconnected pieces of equipment. These would be machines that don't have JD Link equipped inside of them. We can come into them and we can edit the characteristics of them. This is where we can store all of our GPS offsets for it, basically so the monitor knows where the GPS receiver is positioned on the machine. So the Ops Center here is the place where we store all that info. If I jump back here to my main map page, all of our fields that have boundaries on them show up here on the map. This Levitt's East quarter, it's showing up orange. So orange means that it was last combined. That's the last data layer that's inside the field. These ones that are pink, they don't have any data tied to them. So there might be new fields that just got added. They don't have any operation data inside of them yet. If it was green, it would just have been seeded. And if it was blue, it had just been some sort of product application. If I follow these links down here at the bottom, I can go to my field analyzer. And this is where I'm going to actually pull up my application maps. Here I've got a soybean harvest from 2023. Tells me the area harvested, the moisture, and a bunch of the weight too. It also gives me my machine performance. Tells me my average speed, my average throughput. If we're talking about some machine efficiency, this is where we can depict whether or not our machine's running at its max capability. So we have a bunch of that information all stored inside here. So here on the left side, I've got a yield map, and on the right side, I've got a as-applied seeding map from the spring. So again, this is where it's important to have all your data coming back to one spot. If I had different field names entered in, both of these maps would show up under different field names. This is where it's nice having a nice, clean, organized list so I have all my data in one spot. I can break the yield down by my as-applied rate. I could see which seeding rate yielded the best here on the right side. I do have a lot of customers, and come fall time, we have this selection tool where I can draw a circle around the irrigated acres around the pivot. And this lets me break out my irrigated and dry land corners for crop insurance. And then down here at the bottom, it gives me the selected zone totals versus the whole field. So I can print this map off and submit it for crop insurance, and it's pretty great record keeping. So a whole bunch of data all being collected wirelessly and sent back here to the ops center. Well, it's not going to go away anytime soon. As it continues to evolve, we're going to need more and more people in my position to do exactly what we're doing here. So it ain't going away anytime soon.